All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Ouran High School Host Club, episode 13.
My God, the last episode.
Last episode. We had a lot of clover with that, honey.
Am I being punished?
Does God hate me?
Yeah. Did I do something bad?
Oh my God, I just gotta say, guys, like, the episode itself as the concept for the kind of the skit-based comedy was fantastic, but it was also really fun to go back and watch it in dub. And realize like how much Travis Willingham just was pain. I could not believe what I had done here.
Forgetting.
And then to imagine
Twice.
like the girl who's confessing her love to Takashi, and he's just sitting there just but she sounds so distraught in the dub as well. It's
man,
fantastic.
I'll need to check that
so
out.
Sad. But okay, we got more honey focus.
We do.
By extension, more Takashi focus because they are stuck together like bees to honey. But there's also, some other characters still that have yet to kind of get that extra focus.
Yeah, we still need that secondary Renge focus episode,
That is true. That is true. When it comes right down to it, our analysis pales in comparison to Renge's because she has her finger on the pulse of the true, tropes and...
yes.
That was a dramatic pause for effect, yes.
Right.
And character dynamics within Ouran High School Host Club as a show.
While
not as a club.
Yes, right,
As a
because
show.
she is aware of the show.
Exactly.
While at the same time having the ever-important, very high-powered motor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you think her energy comes from? Just her brain?
She just touches
got
the motor,
assistance.
and that's the battery for it.
Yeah, exactly. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Who art thou?
Oh my. Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
This is little Haruhi.
She got into this school on grades.
Yes.
我がオーラン学院の特待生として申し分がありません。
優秀すぎるのが問題でした。進路の受験も一人で決めちゃって、その挙句今日の入学手続き
このダートだ。
自分でやるから、お父さんは来なくていいなんて言うんですよ。
そうですか。あまり子供の出来がいいと親は寂しいものかもしれませんね。
ここで楽しくやれますかね。
Yeah, I think her being here is one
she
where it
got
wasn't
full
an issue of
scholarship
money.
or
It's just
whatever.
it was because she makes the rest of the school look good by having such a brilliant
student.
person here. Yeah, because then they can take credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Wait, what? What?
Isn't that Honey's bunny?
Yeah, but
this is before she met them.
well, we don't know that. Oh my God!
No! Wait! Is Renge powerful enough to come into the past? Oh, no, that's just... Wait.
Yep. The banana!
Is this a dream?
Oh, maybe it is.
Yeah.
Haruhi in Wonderland!
Wait, what?
There are no limits, Jacob!
This show can do whatever the hell it wants.
Wait. Oh my God. Oh my God. All the different, wacky...
Oh, wait.
Saved by your tiny butt.
Just don't ever pull your butt out of it, otherwise it'll go flying and shatter.
That freight train sound.
Dame.
The source of the bananas. Oh.
Wait, what?
So she fell down the rabbit hole. Yeah. Yep. So get the jokes there.
So she's a snail now.
Well, she's Alice, yeah, but yeah. My God, this is amazing. What is happening?
I'm really curious if they're even gonna try explaining this.
Oh yeah, of course. Kyoya is going to be like, so, Haruhi, now that you've done LSD, we need to let you know that, we're going to have to charge you for the... Wait.
So that she shrinks down, yeah. And now she's trapped in the vase. Okay. And it didn't break. This episode is just going to show how unfamiliar I am with Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Another great fall. Is it just me, or are they going even a bit extra hard making sure that the animation is good in this episode when everything that's been done is little goofy jokes at this point?
From tears.
Specifically yours.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is perfect.
Yes.
That is perfect.
See, now they're gonna smoke. Yep. And it'll be bubbles, of course.
The twins are the Jabberwocky. All right.
Oh, this is so fun.
Relativity, who's to say? I can't. I just can't.
No, she was doing shrooms. Gotcha. All makes sense now. Yeah. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Who's gonna be the Queen of
What a
Hearts?
strange person.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Banana peels everywhere.
The twins. And Renge!
Oh my god. Who is
Wait,
it?
who is it? Yes.
Is it another one of the twins, or is it...
Ah!
Oh, is that the motivation behind all this?
Oh!
Yes! Naturally. Where's the other twin, though?
Yes, never shown alone.
Is this what they mean by avant-garde?
Konostando power. Of course.
It's actually
Perfect.
just two of them.
Yep.
Wow.
That's amazing. The voices are different. Yeah. What the hell is Haruhi doing here? You know?
Yeah.
Oh no, we left some out by the table after Tamaki smoked it all. You know?
Yes, of course, Tamaki's the Mad Hatter. Yep.
Perfect.
Oh my god, what is this we're watching?
What is this show? What is
Oh wait, no. This is a play that the host club is putting on for the school.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow. It's the origins of Haruhi meeting the host club.
Exactly.
And how she changed their lives forever.
Yep.
You're going
Yeah,
off
and
script.
mentioning the hairstyle, you know?
Yep.
そんなに甘いものばかり食べて。
Oh my god!
Yeah.
ちゃんと歯磨きするんだぞ。
Brush your teeth.
He just gives that reminder and then
Goes back to sleep. Yeah. Wait, this is too on the nose to be a
To be a
of
play.
course. Yeah, to be a play. Yeah.
似ているのはなぜ？
Ah,
同じものです。
違います。それは断じて違います。
completely wrong.
庶民は夢の中で。
So is this a fever dream?
Wait,
then?
even in dreams. Okay, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Well, everyone's been accounted for. So then, what's the trick
Yeah.
here?
ここって一体どこなんですか？
The place where you disassociate to hide from your pain regarding losing your mother.
Yeah. Quite possibly.
君のお父上と僕が似ているのはなぜ？
Ooh.
似てるんですか？
Yes. We had that very much emphasized 2 episodes ago, or
Yeah.
3 episodes ago.
勉強だけか？
Are you still going to spend time with your dad?
なぜ？
なぜ？
Ah.
自分には叶えたい夢があるんです。オーランに入ったのはそのために勉強したいからです。
What dream is that?
Help her dad financially, probably.
将来
Yeah,
自
probably.
分は
しかし学生生活は勉強だけが全てじゃないだろ。
Ah.
楽しいことが
Yeah.
楽しいこと。
Just being a kid.
楽しいことだよ。
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 Don't get crazy, Takashi.
Summon the armed forces. Haruhi is not having fun. This will not
裁
stand.
判が始まるのさ。
All right.
裁判？
公爵夫人が死刑になるんだよね。
Oh, really?
Okay, Renge, we will miss you.
女王陛下の気まぐれ
So who is the queen?
かな。
そんなの絶対ダメです。
やっぱりハルちゃんは夢の中でもハルちゃんだね。
いい。
So this is all Haruhi recounting a dream that she had to the host club. And she's been put under a hypnotic state where
Yes, there we go.
that's where she's kind of constantly giving them updates. And they're like, oh, okay, this is a weird dream. All right, gotcha.
被告
Ah
公爵夫人は
Breaking the fourth wall! Renge, how could you?
Rampantly.
その正体に応じてやってきた。
And we've got Dio holding the,
Yeah.
以上の犯行を認めるか。
could never hide his voice.
And I love that she's on another one of her platforms.
自分は
So,
自分
so
は被告の弁護士です。
Wait, so
is
she's...
the Queen of Hearts then her mom?
Yeah.
社交的な場に出ることは私の仕事でございます、女王陛下。
Whoa, this might actually get really deep here.
放っておいてか。措置の罪は仕事のためとはいえ、子供に
Oh.
留守番をさせ、
Oh.
寂しい思いをさせたことだ。
You
Oh.
left me alone,
そ
mom.
れは違います。
Oh.
親が本当に忙しい時、子供はそのことをちゃんと分かっています。
Oh, here we go. No, they don't all the
判断し
time.
ません。それに彼女を死刑になんかしたら、それこそ子供はどうなるんです。
ここは法の場であって、感情的なこと
Right,
を
and
述べる場
But
で
do you
は
have
Lawyer,
any
just like
idea
your
what
mother.
it means for a child to not have their mother?
Yeah.
裁判官も弁護士も必要ない。
そもそもお前には弁護士の資格があるのか。
My mom
それ
is
よ
a
りお前
lawyer,
自身罪人で
and
あ
I
る
argue with her every day.
証人たちよ。弁護士を自称するこの者の罪について知っていることがあれば証言せよ。
All right, let's get the host club. Yeah.
Yeah.
証言します。
Oh, you summoned me.
あなたはさっきの
この者
Oh.
は学生生活を間違った認識で
Oh.
勉強勉強また勉強。
Oh,
日々の暮らしを少しも楽しもうとしておりません。
this music's so
Yeah.
fun
楽し
and
みすぎるんで
cheery.
す。玉木先輩。
Oh, who's this
Be that
Tamaki you
as it
speak of?
may.
Oh.
いい友達がいっぱいできてよかったね。
Yeah.
父さん、
What about the queen?
それじゃあなたは
Does not speak or take the mask off.
Well, she spoke earlier.
Well, right, but
大きくなったわね。ごめんね。苦労かけちゃって。その分、今は夢のような学生生活を楽しんでね。
And the dream's gonna end.
yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
ハルヒ
All right.
そろそろお客様が来る時間だ
Wow.
早く用意しろよ
夢のような学生生活か確かにこれじゃ寝ても覚めてもあまり変わらない
Yeah, there you go. Okay, there you go.
Nice.
Right. Practically meta thing of saying, like, an episode of Ouran High School Host Club might as well be this. You know?
Yeah.
Because you don't know with their kind of stupid money and free time what
Yep.
they could come up with.
And you know, it was probably those outfits that inspired the dream.
Right. And the only thing that made it really the dream in the definitive sense was the transition between scenes, which is how it is with the dream usually. You can never tell how you got there.
Oh, uh-huh.
And suddenly,
Right.
multiple times, you'll go from, I'm observing this in the dream to, oh, suddenly I'm here. And
Yep.
this is exactly where I've always been. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how they made it serious by the end of it.
Yeah,
you know?
they made it somewhat, introspective.
Even though for the most part it's just
it's just
ridiculous,
goofy
wacky
shit.
fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
well,
that was
I've had dreams like this, but they're usually not so filled with the cast members of my life, if that makes sense. They usually have amorphous beings that kind of fulfill like the role of a specific type of voice.
okay.
So it's more like I'm talking to my emotions as voices
Sure.
in these types of
interesting.
dreams. But I don't know, do you ever have dreams like this where you're like very vividly going through a thing that seems to be like your own inner spirit guiding you in some way? Like
Yeah. Like it might the details, of course would be different.
Right.
But this is probably one of the more realistic dream sequences that I've seen in storytelling,
because
where
it's
it's
using a framework of another story to like
yes, and
Yeah.
where it's an actual a dream that's not just like a simulation dream. Like okay, so like I don't know, but have you ever had those dreams where the dream itself is more of just you wondering what would happen if I did this?
Oh,
So
kinda.
you're reliving some experience from your life, but you make a different choice or things like that, and then you sort of like a more of an exploratory dream than like a crazy wacky, a bunch of kooky ideas and concepts and stuff just sort of mashed into one.
Well,
you know.
Okay, but I don't know. The reason why I would say I'm not entirely sure is that most of the dreams that I remember, you know, that I have long-term memory of, and that's the part that's weird, is I have surprising amounts of dreams that I remember, but just at least compared to the people that I talk to, I'm like, how many dreams do you remember that are like your favorite dreams that you've had? And they're like, what? Like, I've forgotten like most of my dreams. I'm like, what?
How? Yeah.
Yeah, like my dreams that I remember all have some kind of fantastically nonsensical world that they're attached to, and they have no correlation to reality other than that they have some kind of framework of like a simple conflict narrative resolution that is tied to something else that I have experienced in the real world. Basically.
Yeah, because usually most of the dreams that I have that are wacky and aren't grounded in more or less reality, but just with some slight alterations.
Okay.
Usually they are strongly connected to some kind of story.
Yes.
Where
yeah.
I'm thrown into a story and then
you're the main character, or you get to watch someone else be the main character.
Right. I'm either replacing who was previously the main character in the story, or something like that,
or floating observer.
Yeah, floating observer, or just sort of the fan fiction kind of OC, and everyone knows me as if I were always in that world, know. But like that kind of thing, right? But the idea that then it tends to sort of revolve around some deep desire that I usually have that I feel like maybe isn't being addressed. And there are times where it's like, okay, there are dreams that I've had at points in my life where I was able to acknowledge and realize that that's what was happening. And then the dreams when, you're a lot younger and it's just like, okay, why am I...
Wish fulfillment. It's much simpler.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because some of those wish fulfillment ones...
When you're really young?
Well, yeah.
What do you mean really young? Are you talking like 4 or are you talking like 10?
Like 7 or, or something like that.
Okay, gotcha.
A lot of them for me were just stories that I wish had gone differently. Like, there was literally one where...
Really?
There was literally one where I found out that Anakin and Padme lived next door to us, and there was a secret tunnel that I could take to go to their house, and I had to convince Anakin to fight Palpatine in the ultimate like showdown of everything. And I changed the fate of Star Wars, and the galaxy was saved because I managed to.
So you had to be at the very least 10 for that dream then, because you had seen a Revenge of the Sith.
Was it?
Yeah, you had to have been.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh.
Right.
But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. But so the idea of having something like Alice in Wonderland be a like
Totally.
like a
Yes.
framework on which a bunch of other stuff is laid down.
Yeah,
totally get that.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Like that makes a ton of sense. And then of course, yeah, people that you know just sort of being in the story as well. It's like, yeah, why not? And it adds, of course, to the fun anime wackiness of seeing the twins, you know, do their whole spiel with the cats, or even better, seeing Kyoya as the caterpillar or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones from being a kid was there was a really cursed cartoon movie that I remember for some reason I was scared of it when I watched it, and it was some aspect of it involving like a waterfall, and I believe it was something with that toaster, you know, the animation with the living appliances and stuff like that.
I know of that, but
yeah, there's like some scenes in it that I even remember to this day where I don't actually recall what was happening in the story. Like, I couldn't tell you any of the dialogue, but I remember like an image and a certain thing, and I've like selectively like removed some of those memories from my mind. But
damn.
The dream that I would have was that I would insert myself into the story, and I would basically keep scarier scenes from happening. Like, I would like
Gotcha.
save characters even though they get saved in the movie. Like, but just my imagination in those scenes would get so vivid as to how, oh no, we need to stop them from falling off the waterfall or something, that I would basically be like, no, you don't even need to go near the river. Like, and no, you can come over here. We're gonna be good there. And they'd be like, yes, of course, thank you, Caleb. Yes, yep. And everyone, of course, would know my name and stuff, and that'd be really fun. But with this dream being something where, for the majority of it, we're getting a goofy look at an Alice in Wonderland setup.
Yep.
And the one odd thing about it is Renge being so, I would say, central in the dream.
Yeah.
Because I would say the host club in general, you understand why they're there, because Haruhi cares about them.
Yeah, they're on her mind a lot, you know.
Yeah. Renge, however, occupies this weird fourth wall breaking meta space where we know she's a character and the characters met her in the story, but every time we've seen her since then, she doesn't really occupy the same logic space of any of the other characters. And then in the courtroom kind of execution of the Duchess scene, she seems to almost be the child of the king and queen getting reprimanded for her actions. And then Haruhi, the dreamer, steps in and seems to be trying to, intercede, protect Renge from the judgment of the judge and the lawyer.
Right. There were a few things that were really 95% of the stuff that's worth analyzing from this episode, besides just laughing at little comedy bits, is in that final scene,
in that
right?
scene. Yeah.
And in that situation, we have her parents passing out judgment on Renge, but specifically regarding abandoning a child. And what was the other thing? Maybe that was it for Renge.
Well,
and then
I can
with
bring
Haruhi,
it
it was the you're an imposter of a lawyer or whatever, right?
Came to us availing herself of an invitation,
right,
as we were holding a music festival.
Right. So at the beginning, that seems like a pretty silly thing, right?
Yeah, and then she just shows up. Is that a crime? Who are you? I'm a lawyer for the accused.
Yeah.
It's my job to appear at social functions, Your Majesty. It's like, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm being written into the scenes in the episodes, even though I don't make sense to be there, I thought that this bit here where she's like, it's my job to appear there, when it's basically the reader almost being like, hey, mangaka, why does Renge keep showing up? It's like, I want her there, damn it. And how dare
she knows
you judge
when
me?
she's needed.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, even while leaving your precious child unattended, your crime is to leave your child alone, even if it was for work.
Right.
And to make him feel lonesome. Now, so that very much feels like there's potential parallels to Haruhi's situation. Now, one of the other things that I want to bring up is that at the beginning, this is the other like few percent that I feel like is worth from the rest of the
very
episode.
beginning of the dream.
The very beginning of the dream.
Yep.
If this is a dream, now it could be that the very beginning of the story is pretty much what happened in real life, and then it segues into the wacky and the fantastical, right? And it's just sort of Haruhi reminiscing on a past event, and then, of joining Ouran Academy and everything, and then how her life changed. Yeah. But the concern that her dad had was, and then the picture of her and her mom. Yeah.
That's definitely like her and her mom. Yeah.
Her playing, and everything, and her mom watching.
Yeah, and her mom being in the shade of a massive tree that's solitary, alone from all the others. Like this is a painting that might just be in Ouran Academy, or it might literally be the framework for the dream in and of itself, is that she wishes she had, more opportunity to spend time with her mother.
Yeah, in a lot of ways. Well, but also just the fact that it shows Haruhi playing and with the bunny and all that stuff versus being in the academy and having studied and all that. There's kind of this death of the child that's happened where she's had to grow up, right? Because of the fact that her mom's dead, and she did all the paperwork to get into the academy. She studied like crazy, right? She has done all the responsible things.
Yeah. The part that I thought was a cool little Easter egg, though, with this is that in the painting, you immediately know that this is a dream if you look closely at it, because I didn't look closely at this until later. But she starts off with the bunny in the shade nearby. She's not necessarily running away yet. She's kind of standing looking at her mother. But in the next image, we see that she's left the shade of the tree. She's turning her back
the bunny
away from her mother. She's chasing the bunny out of the forest, kind of setting up the whole Alice in Wonderland thing, but also setting up she left her mother there because, well, her mother's gone.
Right. And
there's no one to hold her there now.
And there is a possibility, given the fact that she was in the dream, there was a focus on, your parents might get lonesome. Is that something where her dad will get lonesome now that she's at Ouran and, he doesn't necessarily have to dote on her as much? Or could it also potentially be something where, was she kind of like this even before? Probably not. And then she feels bad about not having spent as much time with her mother before she died. I don't think that's the case, but that is a possible, thing that could have happened. But
I liked the bit where Haruhi stops kind of being the lawyer and almost just kind of describes a situation that has not necessarily anything to do with the Renge situation, kind of just realizing that she's almost putting herself on trial here, or she feels put on trial, is that, no, I get it. When a parent is busy and, has to deal with other stuff.
Like I know you were, Dad.
Yeah, or even mother.
Sure.
A child understands these things. And I just go, no, actually, no. Almost never does a child understand these things because they're a child.
Right. They might, even if they understand that those things need to happen, they don't necessarily know how to deal with the emotions that are still there as a result of the parents working or things like that. Yeah. And then
they
bring up the vase, and I wasn't sure if that was like, I don't know, because that's very much an accusatory kind of thing, but it's also the thing that got her into the host club where her life kind of started to turn around, right? She met all these awesome people and had all these great friends, and now she's having, a ton of fun with just her everyday life, right?
Yeah.
But could it also potentially be something where it's talking about like some kind of mistake that she made?
Okay.
Because
let's take it literally first.
Okay.
So I can see where you're going with that, but I think there's a literal translation here that might make this a lot easier. Was that she was starting to do the thing of where, No. There's no need to blame anyone here. If anything, the child can understand and have the maturity of an adult at these, situations here. And then remember that goofy incident where you broke the vase, where for some reason you had this happen, where you weren't acting maturely necessarily, you were being a kid. Suddenly it led to all this wonderful stuff, right? So
Sure.
It's almost like she's accusing that as being a moment where she like slipped up or something.
And I think there was a banana peel. I think she literally slipped. Or no, maybe she backed into it.
No, she backed into it.
Yeah.
She was avoiding Tamaki. He was
Right.
like, oh,
Yes.
But that moment where she kinda, I don't know, was just being a kid, that led to all this other good stuff.
Sure.
So you can't judge the maturity of a child, as if it has any lack or gain of merit. It's just you were a kid.
And given the fact that Renge is the one on trial, she's the main female character in this show other than Haruhi, and she is the absolute polar opposite of Haruhi, right? If Haruhi is the straight man of all of the comedy routines, Renge is the fourth wall breaking, self-aware chaos factor, right?
Yeah.
That comes up on the platform with the powerful motor and everything, and the specially trained monkey with the bananas and all of that, right?
Yep.
If Haruhi is in this situation tasked with defending Renge, the silly one, and potentially by proxy extension, I don't know, sort of defending the club, right? Her experience in the club, maybe, because Haruhi is a different person as a result of joining the club.
Yes, very much.
It might
so.
not be as obvious because she keeps things a bit closer to the chest, right?
Right.
But with the whole thing of, hey, why do you study? That's a great question. And I love that it's being asked in a dream, because that means that Haruhi is asking that question, right? Because there's the fact that she's good at it, sure, and that definitely would make it easier to study, right? Because you get all these overwhelmingly positive responses as a result of that. You get into the super prestigious academy, even though your family's way too poor to be able to come close to affording it normally, right?
Right.
But why do you do it? Well, she's got a reason. She didn't actually even say out loud, even in the dream, what it was.
That's true.
Seems like it probably has something to do with taking care of her dad.
Yeah.
It
was something that kind of made sense in that, well, in the sense that the vase was something to pay off a debt. The reasons why she's here are financial.
Well, sure, but you could also, in addition to that, you could also say that it's something where she is paying off the debt of all the times that her dad cared for her and everything.
And gave her the opportunity to succeed.
Right.
Now, I like that, but her mother hasn't been dead for that long.
I believe 8 years.
Oh, no, it has been that long?
I think so.
Okay, then you're probably right.
I could be wrong about that, but I seem to recall it.
I should have taken notes on that.
In the episode with her dad, when her dad was introduced, they went back pretty far to show.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and she was like a little kid, right?
Yeah.
And she wanted to do the shopping and everything, and then her dad was worried about her, so he goes and watches her as she does the shopping. And
yeah, so this is the classic story of the girl that's been forced to grow up too much.
And this
is her regaining that childlike sense, which is in a lot of ways what Alice in Wonderland as a story was about.
Right, which then explains why it's Alice in Wonderland in particular, because Haruhi is like, okay, yes, it's a classic story, so from the standpoint of the episode, it makes sense because the audience will quickly be like, ah, yes, Alice in Wonderland, right? Classic tale. But why is Alice in Wonderland the story for Haruhi? Well, it's because this is something that she's been dealing with for a long time and she hasn't actually addressed. That's why it only comes up in dreams, right? Because it's that 8-year-old self or whatever that hasn't fully been able to process these things, and she's able to understand now that, yes, emotions are important, and that's why we have judges and lawyers, because, we're more than machines, right?
Wait, I might have just figured out one of the goofiest, deep takes on this episode.
Yeah.
The story of Alice in Wonderland is one of avoidance. It's one where the girl tries to run away basically from the conflict problem and goes into a fantasy fairy world to find the solution within herself, and she comes out stronger for it. But Haruhi is actually not trying to run away from her problem. If anything, she
more runs towards it in a way that is
no, I was more meaning that everything in Ouran is about it being reversed. So it's not about trying to run away from adulthood necessarily. It's about trying to away from childhood.
Nice.
And she's in the reverse harem where everything is flipped in that regard.
Yeah.
And I think there was even a point in the episode here where they almost like slipped it and said that we don't judge him or something like that. And it was like, oh, suddenly like Haruhi is like the son. Even I don't even remember where that popped up. But maybe I'm mixing something up here. But basically that Haruhi is being forced to face the fact that she can still be a kid in the midst of this.
Yeah, and that's why I think Renge is so important to be the one on trial. Because the host club has a lot of problems, shall we say, or the cast has a lot, of problems, right?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Fully functioning human beings.
Crazy
to
think about.
To
think about. I know that they could potentially have, areas where they could stand to learn a thing or two. But that's why it's great that Haruhi is the one that's in the club, because they complement each other, right? Their strengths are her weaknesses, and their weaknesses are her strengths. Yeah. So, maybe if a little bit of them rubs off on you, Haruhi, that's not a problem, and they kind of have already.
They have, yeah. And we got to have her have a sweet little hug with her mom, and it says, "Enjoy your dreamlike student life now, to make up for it."
Right.
And for her not being there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's a sweet bit where then it's her waking up and realizing that the dream is not so
crazy.
Not so crazy. It's that
because
this
his
is
host club is ridiculous.
This is basically the perfect gift. Then it's the opportunity to have that dreamy, ridiculously
return
chaotic,
to innocence, sort of
fun, innocent. For the most part.
Yeah, she is still the straight man to all the
childhood.
jokes, and will be the responsible one and tell them when they're being bakas.
But
that
in the
being said,
meantime, she'll be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think that every once in a while she self-sabotages and tries to make it so that she can't have fun here and enjoy this.
Okay.
And this might be just a reminder to herself, like, hey,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
and if the fun has to be a bit extreme, that's okay too, because you're making up for lost time. If you only have, a year or whatever with the club or whatever it ends up being, right?
Yeah.
Well, you've had 8 years of not having a childhood. So, go for it.
Go for it. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info is in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.